Welcome to the official haven of Sheikh Hamdan's fans, where the curtains of royalty are drawn apart to reveal the intricacies of the royal family dynamics. Recently, Sheikh Hamdan shared a soul-stirring poem, a heartfelt revelation that exposed the fractured contours of his love story. For the first time, we are invited to witness the anguish that has been etched on his heart. Stay with us as we unravel the emotional layers of his poem, a poignant exploration of love, loss, and the unyielding bonds of family. Let us embark on this emotional journey together, as we share the English translation of Sheikh Hamdan's poem. The words that follow are a glimpse into the turmoil that has been simmering beneath the surface, a conflict that pits the dictates of duty against the desires of the heart. "This is the woman my dad wants me to leave," the poem begins, the words echoing with a sense of resignation and longing. The voice of his father still resonates in his mind, a low and firm tone that brooks no argument. "You have to end your love story," he said. "She's not from our royal family." The words are delivered with the weight of certainty, as if the love he feels is a mistake that needs to be corrected. But Sheikh Hamdan knows her, knows the intricacies of her soul, and the depths of her heart. His father, however, sees only what he wants to see, a vision of the future that does not include her. As we delve deeper into the poem, we begin to understand the complexities of their relationship, the tensions that arise from the conflicting demands of family and heart. The reasons behind his father's disapproval are slowly revealed, a nuanced exploration of the societal expectations that govern their lives. It is not her kindness or her character that is in question, but rather her background, her pedigree. She does not fit the image that his father has envisioned for him, an image that is steeped in tradition and duty. As we continue on this emotional journey, we are drawn into a world of love, loss, and longing. Sheikh Hamdan's poem is a poignant reminder that even in the rarefied realms of royalty, the human heart beats with the same desires, the same fears, and the same hopes. Join us as we unravel the tangled threads of his love story, a narrative that promises to be both heartbreaking and uplifting. "She defies the conventions of the world my father has crafted for me. She doesn't inhabit the same rarefied realm, nor does she conform to the expectations of the perfect, predictable partner he envisioned for me. Instead, she challenges me, provokes me, and inspires me to think beyond the boundaries of my sheltered existence. Her unwavering authenticity, her refusal to be anyone but herself, is a beacon of hope in a world where superficiality often reigns supreme. But her unapologetic individuality also terrifies my father, for it disrupts the neat, controlled narrative he has scripted for my life. In his world, love is supposed to be effortless, predictable, and above all, convenient. But real love, the kind we share, is messy, complicated, and raw. It's a tangled web of emotions, a roller coaster of highs and lows, and a journey that demands vulnerability, courage, and sacrifice. My father believes that walking away from her would be a simple, painless decision, that I would effortlessly forget her and find someone else who better fits the mold he has created for me. But what he fails to understand is that leaving her would be tantamount to losing myself. She is the one person who sees me for who I truly am, not the version of myself I pretend to be in the rarefied world of royal gatherings, but the real, unvarnished me. And I'm not sure I know how to exist without that. The choice before me is daunting, a heart-wrenching decision that will forever alter the trajectory of my life. I know this fragile, fleeting moment cannot last forever. The clock is ticking, and soon I will be forced to confront the consequences of my choice. Will I find the courage to follow my heart, or will I succumb to the pressures of duty and expectation? A crossroads lies ahead, where the paths of duty and desire converge. I will soon be forced to make a choice between the woman who has captured my heart and the father who has shaped my destiny. The weight of this decision hangs heavy, like the sword of Damocles, poised to sever the ties that bind me to either my future or my past. The expectations that have shadowed me my entire life now threaten to eclipse the love that has illuminated my world. The echoes of my father's words still linger, a haunting reminder of the chasm that separates us. "She's not right for you," he cautioned, his voice a blend of conviction and concern. "You'll regret this one day. You'll understand why I'm telling you this." Yet, he fails to see the beauty that I behold in her, the unbridled laughter that radiates from her very being, the kind that makes me believe that happiness is within reach, not some elusive dream. He doesn't witness the way she listens, with a depth of attention that borders on reverence, recalling details about me that I've long forgotten. In her presence, I am reminded of the transformative power of love, of the ways in which it can redeem and renew us. But I am also aware of the obstacles that lie ahead, the sacrifices that will be demanded of me, and the pain that will inevitably follow. The question that haunts me still is, who will ultimately bear the brunt of this heart-wrenching decision? Will it be the woman I love, or the father who raised me? Only time will tell. He remains oblivious to the sense of belonging I feel when I'm with her, a feeling that echoes the warmth and comfort of home. But his ignorance is of no consequence, for he is blinded by the expectations he has cultivated for me, expectations that have never been mine to own. My father's meticulous orchestration of my life has been a lifelong endeavor, a deliberate crafting of the man he believes I should be. Every decision, every step, every choice has been weighed against the yardstick of his imagination, a life he envisioned for me before I even learned to speak. The right school, the right career, the right social circle, all carefully curated to create a persona that reflects his aspirations, not mine. And now, the right woman. But for the first time, I'm beginning to question the authenticity of this existence. Have I been living a life that was never truly mine, or have I simply been a passive participant in my father's dreams? The realization is both exhilarating and terrifying. When I'm with her, I feel an unshackling of my true self, a sense of liberation from the expectations that have suffocated me for so long. I feel like I'm finally living, finally breathing, finally being. And that's precisely what unsettles him, the prospect of me breaking free from the mold he's created, of me forging my own path, my own destiny. What she possesses that he lacks is the unwavering acceptance of my fractured soul. Despite witnessing the turmoil that churns within me, she has never demanded that I choose between my duty and my heart. Even as the weight of my father's expectations threatens to crush me, she remains a constant, steadfast presence, her love a beacon of hope. She deserves a love that is unencumbered by the weight of expectation, a love that is free to flourish without the suffocating grip of doubt. And if I am unable to offer her that, perhaps my father is right. Perhaps I should relinquish my claim to her heart. The crossroads that lie before me are impossible to avoid, and I know I can no longer delay the inevitable. The choice that must be made is a stark one. Will I conform to the expectations of the son my father raised, or will I find the courage to forge my own path, to become the man she believes I am capable of being? The decision feels like an impossible one, and every time I attempt to settle my thoughts, I am haunted by the echoes of my father's voice, firm and unyielding. You'll thank me later. One day you'll understand. The echoes of my father's words still linger, a haunting reminder of the doubts he has sown. But what if, for once, he is wrong? What if this is the one instance where his unwavering certainty is misplaced? Because when I gaze into her eyes, I don't see a mistake. I see the woman who has awakened a sense of belonging within me, not to the legacy of my family, nor to the meticulously crafted future that has been laid out for me, but to myself. If I were to let her go, I know I would be sacrificing more than just our love. I would be relinquishing the very essence of who I am. The weight of my father's approval should be a simple burden to bear. Follow my heart, choose love, be with the woman who brings me joy. But nothing is ever that effortless. I've spent my entire life shouldering the expectations of my father, striving to make him proud, endeavoring to embody the version of myself that he can respect. But the time has come for me to challenge the status quo, to question the narrative that has been imposed upon me. I must confront the fear that has held me back for so long and summon the courage to forge my own path, to choose the love that sets my soul ablaze, and to become the man I was meant to be. Not the man my father envisioned, but the man who is true to himself. If I choose to stand by her, I know the consequences will be severe. Disappointment, distance, and possibly even a permanent rift between my father and me. Can I bear the weight of that cost? She deserves so much more than the turmoil that surrounds me, yet she asks for nothing. No demands, no ultimatums, just an unwavering love that pierces my soul. Her eyes hold a deep sadness, a knowing glance that suggests she's preparing herself for the worst. She's bracing for the moment I tell her I'm leaving, that I'm not strong enough to defy my father's wishes. The thought of losing her forever is a knife to my heart, a constant ache that refuses to subside. I'm trapped in a vortex of uncertainty, torn between the duty that binds me to my family and the love that beckons me to follow my heart. If I stay with her, I risk shattering the bond between my father and me, a wound that may never heal. But if I leave, I'll be sacrificing a part of myself, a fragment of my soul that I may never recover. The silence between us is oppressive, heavy with the weight of expectation. She hasn't spoken a word, but I can sense her awareness of the turmoil that's raging within me. She's waiting, her eyes locked on mine, as if willing me to find the strength to choose her. My father's world is built on control, tradition, and legacy. Love, to him, is a logical construct, a predictable outcome that follows the rules. But love defies logic, refuses to be tamed, and ignores the boundaries of convention. She was never part of the plan, yet she's the one person who makes me feel alive. The truth is, it doesn't matter where she comes from or what background she has. What matters is that she's the woman I love, and she's standing in front of me, waiting for an answer. If I walk away, I'll convince myself it was the right decision, but I'll regret it for the rest of my life. But if I stay, if I fight for her, for us, I'll be embarking on a journey into the unknown, with no guarantees of what lies ahead. All I know is that she's here, she's real, and if I don't find the courage to choose her, I'll lose her forever. This is the woman my dad wants me to leave, but maybe she's the one person I can't afford to lose. I take a deep breath, my fists clenched at my sides, as I steel myself to be the man she believes I can be. I am her love, but am I truly mine? Have I spent so long living in my father's shadow that I've lost sight of my own identity? My father's notion of love is rooted in logic, a calculated equation where feelings are quantifiable and compatibility is a measurable construct. But love defies such reductionism. It's a force that cannot be tamed, a wildfire that consumes everything in its path. That's what terrifies my father, the unpredictability of it all. She represents everything he cannot control, a maverick spirit that refuses to be domesticated. And maybe that's why I'm drawn to her. She's the antithesis of the scripted life I've been living. The look in her eyes says it all, a deep, abiding love that's not predicated on guilt or obligation. She's not asking me to choose between her and my family, she's asking me to choose myself. To be sure. To be certain. To look at her and know, without a shadow of a doubt, that she's the one I'm willing to fight for. But knowing isn't the same as acting. Once I make this decision, there's no turning back. If I choose her, I risk losing my father's approval, perhaps forever. If I let her go, I risk losing myself, the very essence of who I am. That's what paralyzes me, the fear of making the wrong choice. This is the woman my dad wants me to leave, but what if she's the only one who's ever truly seen me? What if she's the only one who can set me free from the expectations that have suffocated me for so long? I take a deep breath, trying to steady myself, but nothing about this moment feels steady. My father's certainty has always been a source of comfort, but now it feels suffocating. He sees her as a detour, a distraction, a temporary aberration. But what if she's the destination? What if she's the only one who can show me what it means to be truly alive? She's the only one who sees me, not the version of me that's been crafted for the world, but the real me, stripped bare of all pretenses. She doesn't care about the expectations, the wealth, the reputation, or the carefully constructed future that's been laid out for me. She only cares about me, the me that exists when the rest of the world is stripped away. That's what terrifies my father the most, the possibility that if she takes me away from his world, I may never come back. And maybe, just maybe, that's what I'm realizing I don't want to. The choice before me is clear, a choice that will change everything. I glance at her, and in that moment, I know this is it. This is the moment where everything shifts. If I walk away, I'll lose her forever. If I stay, I may never win my father's approval again. Either way, something is ending, and I have to decide which law